Let's continue. The next part of speech is the verb. What is a verb? A verb is a word that expresses an action. It is like a heart to a sentence. Can we live without a heart, children? No, we cannot, isn't it? In the same way, there is no sentence without a verb. So, any word which expresses or shows an action is a verb. We can also call a verb as an action word. For example, look at these words: run, walk, play, study. All these words show some action, and so they are called as verbs. They can also be called as main verbs. Is it clear, children? Okay. Verbs do other types of works also. First, they show the time of an action or the tense in a sentence. For example, take the word run. If you want to write this word in the present tense, then you should write it as run or runs. If you want to write the same word in the past tense, you can write it as ran. And if you want to write the same word in the future tense, then you can write it as will run. Thus, verbs can also say the time when the action is done. Did you understand, children? Another work of the verb is that it can help the main verb. For example, look at this sentence: Johnny is walking to school. Which is the main verb in this sentence, children? Yes, it is the word walking. But before the main verb walking, there is another word. What is that word? Yes, it is the word is. Only if you add is before walking, the sentence becomes complete. If we remove it, the sentence will read like this: Johnny walking to school. Does this sentence make any sense? No. So only if you add is to the main verb, the sentence becomes complete. So the word is a helping verb. Like is, there are many other words which are used as helping verbs. Some examples are am, are, was, were, had, has, could, would, should, etc. Children, the verb does one more work. It acts like a link between two words. For example, look at this sentence: I am a boy. The word am links the word I and the word boy. So the word am is the verb here. So verbs act also as links. Thus, to conclude, verbs express action. They show time. They help the main verb. They also act as linking words. So far, is it clear, children? Let's recapitulate what we studied so far. Noun is a naming word. Pronoun is a noun replacement word. Adjective is a noun or a pronoun describing word. And verb is an action word. Now, we shall move on to the next part of speech. The next part of speech is adverb. What is an adverb? An adverb is a word which is used to describe verbs, adjectives, or another adverb. Again, I repeat, an adverb is a word which describes verbs, adjectives, or another adverb. So, in short, we can remember adverbs like this. They are verb or adjective or another adverb describing words. To identify adverbs easily, we must ask the questions when, where, how often, and how much. So if you want to find out adverbs in a sentence, what questions you must ask, children? Yes, you must ask the questions when, where, how often, and how much. Okay, now let's see some examples. First sentence, Johnny came to my house yesterday. When did Johnny come? Yes, Johnny came yesterday. So, yesterday is an Adverb because it answers the question when. Next sentence. Johnny searched for the pen everywhere. Where did Johnny search for the pen? He searched for the pen everywhere. So the word everywhere is the adverb because it answers the question where. Okay, now look at this sentence. Johnny spoke softly. How did Johnny speak? He spoke softly. So the word softly is the adverb because it answers the question how. Now look at this sentence. Johnny goes to church regularly. How often does Johnny go to church? He goes regularly. So the word regularly is the adverb here because it answers the question how often. Now finally look at this sentence. Johnny loves me very much. How much does Johnny love me? He loves me very much. So the word very is the adverb here because it answers the question how much. So again I repeat, adverbs are words which describe verbs, adjectives or another adverb. They answer the questions when, where, how much and how often. Is it clear so far, children? So now let's recapitulate what we learned so far. Noun is a naming word. Pronoun is a noun replacement word. Adjective is a noun or pronoun describing word. Verb is an action word. An adverb is a verb or adjective or another adverb describing word. Is it clear so far, children? Okay, good. Now we shall move on to the next part of speech. The next part of speech is preposition. What is a preposition? A preposition is a word that is used to link a noun or a pronoun with the other words in a sentence. Again, I repeat, the word which links or which shows the relationship between the noun or pronoun with the other words in a sentence is called as a preposition. We can also call prepositions as position words. Now, what are the other words in the sentence? These other words in a sentence may be nouns or verbs or even adjectives. Is it clear? Now, let us see some examples. Read this sentence. The pen is on the table. In this sentence, the words pen and table are nouns. Now, which word links or shows a relationship between these two nouns? It is the word on. So, on is a preposition. Now, we shall see one more example. Look at this sentence. My birthday falls in January. Which are the two nouns in this sentence? Birthday and January. So, which word links these two nouns? Yes, it is the word in. So, in is the preposition here. Some common prepositions which we use daily are in, on, at, by, under, over, above, below, near, etc. So, did you understand about prepositions, children? Good. Shall we recapitulate what we learned so far? Noun is a naming word. Pronoun is a noun replacement word. Adjective is a noun or pronoun describing word. Verb is a action word. Adverb is a verb or adjective or another adverb describing word. And preposition is a position word. So far, did you understand, children? Okay, now let's move on to the next part of speech. The next part of speech is conjunction. What is a conjunction? A conjunction is a word which is used to join words or sentences. So we can say that conjunctions are joining words. For example, look at these two sentences. Jack went up the hill. Jill went up the hill. In these two sentences, Jack as well as Jill perform or do the same work. That is, they went up the hill. Since they do the same work, we can combine these two sentences and write it as a single sentence like this. Jack and Jill went up the hill. So we have used the word and to join the two words Jack and Jill. So the word and is a conjunction. I will give you one more example. Read this sentence. Johnny ran fast. Johnny missed the bus. In these two sentences, the same person Johnny performs two actions. Since it is the same person, we can combine these two sentences like this. Johnny ran fast, but he missed the bus. So, we have used the word but to combine the two sentences. So, the word but is a conjunction here. Like these two words, there are many other words which can be used as conjunctions. Some examples are because, though, although, if, so, therefore, hence, unless, until, yet, etc. So far, did you understand, children? Okay, now let's recapitulate. Noun is a naming word. Pronoun is a noun replacement word. Adjective is a noun or a pronoun describing word. Verb is an action word. Adverb is a verb or adjective or another adverb describing word. Preposition is a possession word and conjunction is a joining word. Is it clear so far, children? Good. Now, let's move on to the last part of speech. The last part of speech is interjection. What is an interjection? An interjection is a word which expresses sudden feeling or emotion. Again, I repeat, any word which expresses some sudden feeling or emotion is called as an interjection. For example, hurrah, we have won the game. The word hurrah expresses a happy feeling. So the word hurrah is an interjection. Another example, alas, she is dead. The word alas expresses a sorrowful feeling. So the word alas is an interjection. Children, interjections must be used correctly. When you are happy, you cannot say alas. And when you are sad, you cannot say hurrah. So, I will give you some hints. For joy, use the words hurrah. For grief, use the word alas. For surprise, use the word what. For approval, use the word bravo. For greeting, use the word hello or hi. For amazement, use the word wow. So now, let's make a final recapitulation. Noun, naming word. Pronoun, noun replacement word. Adjective, noun or pronoun describing word. Verb, action word. Adverb, verb or adjective or another adverb describing word. Preposition, possession word. Conjunction, joining word. And interjection, emotional word. Hope you all understood parts of speech clearly, students. In my next class, as per our syllabus, I will be teaching you about collective nouns and abstract nouns in detail. So watch out for my next video. Until then, keep reading, keep learning and keep safe. Thank you, children.